What's up, guys? Today I have a very special video for you. Today I'm doing a review for Dehancer. It is I would say a film look plugin. It is very interesting. I'm very excited to talk about it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm just a director. I'm a filmmaker, and a writer. I'm not a color grade guru. This is perfect for me. What do I mean by that? Basically, it turns your images from looking like video into film. It is the film grain that comes along with Dehancer is some of the best I've ever seen. It puts me right back into the 70s. I've asked for a DaVinci version of Dehancer, and to be completely transparent, this is a sponsored-ish review of it. They have given me the go-ahead to be, completely honest with you guys. Tell you what I like and don't like. My true thoughts about the plugin. It is a very, straightforward plug and play. The installation process was very easy. I didn't have much. I don't think I had any issues. It was just plug and play. You gotta, plug in your key for Dehancer, and then off you go. That's pretty much it. The pricing. I'll go ahead and say this. It is a little bit pricey, but there is a code that I'm going to put at the bottom, at the end of this video, at the bottom of the screen, so that you guys can get a 10% discount. I know, I'm cool like that. I just really wanted to make this review, one, because they reached out to me, and that never happens. So, I had to jump on it. And two, the utility in this plugin is incredible for everyday people. Like, in terms of videography, this will add so much to your toolbox. Like, this is something that you're probably going to end up using every single day. Whenever you're done editing for the day and you want to take a look at the dailies and you want to do a little bit of color grading, a light color grade just to see what it looks like. This is what I'm going to be using from here on out. Like, just the art form of color grading is so awesome. And to have a plugin that makes it look like film and gets rid of all the headache. It was so straightforward. I'm going to show you guys right now. Let's just get right into it. Look at this image, right? This is what I made in 10 minutes. No kidding. 10 minutes. It's plug and play, dude. Like, I'm not even messing. Look, Dehancer Pro, that's the version that I have. I have a 1 month free to test. And by the way, shout out to Franco, I think his name is. All I know is his name is Franco. He's the guy that reached out to me. Shout out to him. Reaching out to a lower level filmmaker. I appreciate the support. I feel like this is a little bit scary, a little bit overwhelming, especially if you are a layman like me. Once you get the hang of it, so like you scroll down, and by the way, guys, look, you can adjust the exposure straight into the plugin. I think for the average person, putting some of this stuff in like a sub menu to like an advanced menu would kind of help. And kind of just simplify the menu itself, that's probably my main critique of the presentation of the plugin itself. When you do the profile, right, you want to match it up. You want to match the film and print, right? The film and print. So I've got Fujicolor Natura. So Fujicolor, Fujifilm. Boom. We're already getting there. Let's honestly just color correct just a little bit. Let's see what we can pull out. I do like the blue in the image. You really want to get that oh yeah, there we go. Hold on, that's kind of doing all of it. Up the blue just a hair. Honestly, I'd kind of like to push the push pull over here. I like that. Okay. And now you got the black point and white point. Honestly, I have no idea what they do. Besides that, it's the black point crushes your blacks depending which way you move it. See, which I think I did do that a little bit. I crushed the blacks just a little bit, just a hair, just to get a little bit more depth, I guess, to the image. And then the white point, it brightens or darkens your image. Kind of just toy around with, you know, the contrast of the image separately from the color wheels down here. I do like the way that they've done that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're already pretty much there. Maybe some minor differences. I did forget to throw in a LUT before I started messing with it. Let's throw a LUT on. There you go. Now you're starting to see what the image, you know, really, well, like the feel of it, the film look is starting to come alive. You get that LUT thrown in there, the teal and orange look, you know, that's popular in Hollywood right now. I like that. The bokeh in the background with the kind of like a reddish orange. I like that a lot. Very good image. I would like to dial back the blue. Maybe pull some of the reds out. Yeah, right there. Okay. Honestly, I like that. I like that a lot. I can throw this on, and if you know basic color grading, this will help you get that look of like film grain. And by the way, you can customize the film grain itself, which is possibly my favorite thing about this plugin. All the way up to 65 and all the way down to 8mm. I don't like the look of 8mm. The lowest I'll go is 16, and this is the difference. Look at that. I love it. That like, look right here, like really close. This, like the water, it almost pops off the screen for me. What I really like about the 16mm is that the entire image blown up, you could still see the film grain. It takes away a lot of the headache for me, and a lot of the time too. Let's go with something crazy. What's that? Whoa, that's cool. Why does that look so cool? It kind of reminds me of the color purple out of space or something. It had Nicolas Cage in it. That has a more natural look. Now this is without even a LUT thrown on. I'm just going through the film, you know, the film profiles. And by the way, there's a lot of good job on the amount of profiles you get. I feel like it's very worth it. And they're not too overbearing either. Like me, I'm throwing a LUT on. You don't have to. You can make a whole movie out of just these profiles. Like the color, it's distinctive with some of these profiles. Like that right there, that looks like a movie. That looks like a film. Blade Runner. Oh, wow. That is cool. These LUTs that I'm using, these were, you know, free. These don't come with Dehancer. These are my own that I found on the internet. That has a filmic look. The color profile, I guess you would call it, like on the film itself, like mixed in with like modern LUTs, they just produce a nice look. Like, you know, if you know what you're doing, man, you can do a lot. You almost get like a painting in the sky a little bit, like the greens mixing in with the yellowish clouds. By the way, guys, just a little add on to the video, they do have a Dehancer app for iOS that you guys should definitely check out. I'm not entirely sure if they have it for Android, but I have been enjoying it so far. You know, it's been very cool to, you know, go back in on old photos and add a little bit of, you know, grain to them, or film look to them. Not as many like profiles, but it should get the job done for what you need. You can adjust the exposure, tonal contrast, saturation. I mean, you've got a lot here. Oh, you can add film damage. Wow, that is nice. Almost as advanced as the plugin for DaVinci. So now that you've seen what this plugin can do, and like I said, this was something that I had heard about, but I got reached out to by Dehancer. And, I've heard about Dehancer for a long while. I didn't know what the fuss was about. I give all the praise to Dehancer, the team over there. Like, they definitely, like I said, I do think there needs to be a little bit of a dial back a little bit. In terms of the menu, I feel like it's a little bit too much for the average person who's trying to get into color grading and film emulation. However, I do think you should leave those options there in the form of another advanced menu, or hide those options upon first use, or upon using it, and then you have to click on it to pull down the menu. I feel like that's probably the only thing that I really have. What I really know, I have strong opinions about regarding Dehancer. I do feel like the menu is a little bit cluttered and complicated. It's not convoluted though. It's not overly confusing. You kind of know what it does, like what a setting does. But honestly, I don't think that most people will need those options on the first time that they use it, or a year later. They might need it when they're advanced at color grading and film emulation. But you should keep the option there entirely. The film profiles, I want more film profiles. I like the way that all of the colors in the profiles themselves, they lend the hands to LUTs very well. The film grain is probably the closest to film grain that I've seen, in terms of the movies that I like, which is like 80s horror. I've studied a lot of 80s horror films. It's probably the closest I've seen to real film grain as you're going to get digitally, without actually pulling a Nolan. It's probably the closest that you're going to get to, using real film grain. It's probably the closest you're going to get. For the average person, I feel like everybody should get their hands on this. It definitely takes your footage up another level. I almost forgot. Right here, there's a code, 10% discount for Dehancer. I implore you to at least try the product. If you're anything like me, who doesn't really understand film emulation too much, and it's kind of, whatever, right? You're not trying to go too deep. I implore you at least try it and see for yourself what the product's like and how it elevates your footage. I promise you won't be disappointed. I was stunned with the first couple shots that I had edited. I was like, wow, I need to use this for all of my films coming up. I feel like this is going to have a lot of utility with short form, long form, medium format, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I feel like it's going to have a lot of impact, especially, I see a lot of like film TikToks, film Instagram reels. They could really benefit from something like this. Quick throw it on to your clip and, get a look of, get film emulation look. Yeah. Anyways, I love you guys to death. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.